Everybody, Steph from the Hot Moon Podcast, and last vid for the evening, depending on what time you're watching this. And I've kind of laid off the Sixers news for a bit. I think Embiid has made his bed, and there's also, it's just news that Philly fans are just kind of over Embiid. As they can look missing games again. Paul George, got hurt, hyperextended his knee again, and he may be back in another week or two. However, I find this comical from Paul George, but what else can he say? All right, the Sixers press and players got to say all the right things. They know this season is in the wash, considering just the amount of expectations. But real quick, what Paul George had to say on the Sixers season is Paul George promised that the Sixers season will turn around. Okay, so we'll change this around. I'm 100% betting down on that we'll change this. It's on us. We got to control what we can. That's a no-brainer. The problem is you can't control what you can because you got to choose not to control what you can. Now, talking about Paul George specifically, it's not like Paul George is trying to miss games or not trying to play back-to-backs, but, Paul George will be 35 next year, going towards the end after the season ends because they're not making the playoffs. So you're going to be going into next year at year 35, age 35, going on 36, with championship aspirations with Joel Embiid being 32 that year. And look, but for now, though, he's 34 and going on 35, and Joel Embiid be 31. The future of the Sixers is going to be Tyrese Maxey and whatever they can salvage from this draft pick. That is going to be the nucleus of the Sixers going forward as the Joel Embiid era will be coming to an end. Okay? And it is sad. Number one, Joel Embiid has just had a horrible start to the season just with his mouth in general. Talking about never playing back to back. What kind of leader of a team that we thought Joel Embiid was that leader would even openly say that? Philly fans don't want to hear that. Look, the whole trust the process has gotten them absolutely nothing. It's wasted Sixers fans' time, on the hopes. They finally got, they got rid of Ben Simmons and embarked to okay, let's move on to Embiid. Let's get Maxey. They tried James Harden. That didn't work. Doc Rivers didn't work. Was the coach after Doc Rivers? Forgot. Brett something, whatever, didn't work. A lot of things in Philadelphia didn't work. And it's starting to feel like this is another cursed franchise. So when Paul George, I get it, you want to be happy and positive and say turn things around, turn, especially to see turn what around? How can you turn 3-13 around? Okay, look, I've been hard on Doc Rivers, still am hard on Doc Rivers. Okay, so far Doc Rivers and the Milwaukee Bucks has made me look a little silly. They're back to 500. Okay, they're 9-9. They're 5th. Okay, so what are the Bucks gonna do? Doc Rivers and Giannis and Dave, they've stepped up to the challenge and not let the season go complete down the drain, right? And Doc Rivers is gonna have to prove that he can, right the wrongs of his last 10 years of coaching and see if they can not blow 3-1 leads and get to a conference finals and NBA finals with this squad and Doc Rivers. But back to Paul George, though. Look, like I said, he has to say all the right things. He has to be positive. He can't, go be negative. Even though look, the attitude in the locker room has to be horrible right now. Philly management has to be disappointed in Embiid, not just from a health standpoint, just from a character standpoint. Players miss meetings all the time. We get that, or are late. Of an Embiid, of a player's Embiid caliber. But when you're losing, okay, when the team morale is down, and you need everybody locked in and being engaged in this season, right? Motivating the guys that are on contract and will be there next year to instill culture, right? Still kind of coach the team or assist the coaches in coaching the team while you can't play, right? Be an example, be a leader. That it seemed like lack of leadership is missing from this team. And of course, Paul George, he didn't. This is not what he expected. Of course, he didn't expect to be getting injured either. So I can't put this on Paul George, but his health was in question. You thought going into this season that Paul George would be even more motivated considering the Clippers didn't want to pay him, and on paper it seemed like he was going to a better situation. And fast forward, it seemed like the current Clippers team. I just finished praising Ty Lue and the job he has done in Los Angeles. It's been absolutely nothing short of amazing, considering just the talent that he doesn't have Kawhi, he doesn't have Paul George, and he's riding on James Harden and Powell and Zubac as their core, and they're finding ways to get it done and not making excuses with the lack of talent, right? And you see on the other side of the coast in Philadelphia, who, on paper and with Paul George's additions, had big championship aspirations, Eastern Conference Finals aspirations. It's better for Paul George to just go ahead and be quiet, man, and focus on your rehab and just try to stay healthy and just win a game here and there, and hope for the best, and hopefully you guys get a top 6 pick. It doesn't follow the protected 6, because if they do and it falls off the protected 6, that'll be even like salt in the wound. You got to that bad and you ain't even able to get a top lottery pick. You know what I'm saying? But at 3-13, I don't see the season turning around anytime soon. They should be able to get a top protected 6. Focus on your rehab, and definitely Embiid got to work on his attitude and that culture, man. It seems like the only real leader on that team is Tyrese Maxey. The Sixers are mad, and B's mad that stuff got the locker room. Okay, well, if you weren't late, stuff like this wouldn't get out. If you weren't so chippy with the media, stuff like this don't get out. Matter of fact, he would be more protective, but no. Some people feel to suppress certain information, and this time, no, they don't want to. They're gonna go ahead and flame this squad up. They're gonna flame Embiid up, and more bad news about Embiid just keeps coming all the time. You know what I'm saying? Sixers are in the world of trouble. They didn't think they were prepared for this kind of scrutiny, and here we are. Your thoughts about all this, man? Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.